Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the 1804 show, chapter 2. I'm your host, Della Wheel, and this is episode 61. First off, just wanted to say like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Help me get my numbers up, help me meet 500 and everything. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and speak some knowledge real quick. I haven't heard from my guests yet, but if she pops up, she pop in, I'm going to do our episode as well. But yeah, I just wanted to discuss some things real quickly. And to everybody who's, losing loved ones and going through having a death in the family, I wanted to give some advice on my experiences. Like I said, everybody's different. Everybody grieves differently. But I could pretty much tell you that nothing will ever be the same. It all depends on a parent, a sibling, or a child. It would never be the same. And it's weird because it's like, each of those people are responsible for who you are today. And it's like you would be so messed up about it to the point that you will not remember how it was before you got that phone call or you got the news. And they say time heals all wounds, but it doesn't. It doesn't heal. I'm going to pretty much be honest with you guys. You never heal. You never get over it. It always hurts. You just learn how to deal with the pain. You just learn how to deal with moving on with your life. And that's pretty much the truth. I don't know anybody can relate, but you never stop thinking about that person. You miss their voice, their smell, their everything. Because it's been 7 years with my brother, and it still is fresh. It still hits home. And you're not going to have the same friends that you started off with. Because the pain, the drama, the mental anguish that it puts on you. Because once it hits the mental, it affects the physical, it affects the emotional, and it's going to affect the spiritual. Because you're going to have people that's in your circle questioning you that, oh, you haven't got over that yet, or you haven't moved on with your life yet, get over it, but you never get over it. You have nightmares, you have dreams about, being with that person, or you're at that funeral home, or you at the burial site. It will totally mess you up. And, I'm not saying that you won't have a support system, but you won't have the same friends that you started off with. You will have people that will turn their back on you at your lowest. And you will find out who really fucks with you after that. Because one thing about me is that I never begged anybody's friendship. I never begged for anybody to be my friend or ever lost a friend that I wanted back, basically. And I pretty much worked on forgiving people. Because so many people hurt me. So many people turned their back on me. And I would never forget that. I would never forget what people said, what people done, what people did. You know, I had so many knives in my back. It's impossible for me to, you know, be so gullible again. And yes, I have my walls up, you know, from my hands, from my tippy toes, everything. You know, I don't trust a soul like that. But if anything, I have survived through the abyss. I have survived through the pain. I survived through the process. And I just want everybody to understand something, that quit trying to tell people how to grieve. Quit trying to tell people how to feel about losing a loved one. Because that person meant more to them before you came into a person's life. And people were just like so mean. People were just so disrespectful. And just telling me how to feel. You know, this was my brother. Like, have y'all ever felt the pain of losing a sibling? Regardless if y'all ever had like a particular relationship that y'all never talked or haven't seen each other in a while, I'm telling you, like, when I got that phone call about my brother, it felt like a PowerPoint presentation slideshow. It was like my life flashed before my eyes type thing. And it was just so weird. I never saw or experienced anything like that before. And it kind of just took me off like a warp, like an outer body experience type thing. And I just remember crying my eyes out, and I just always was trying to be strong, but I couldn't even breathe. You know, I felt like I was getting stabbed in the chest repeatedly, you know what I'm saying? And it was hard, and it was tough. And I just couldn't move. I couldn't get up. You know, it was just like I was frozen. And when you're the little brother and you lose a big brother, that's the worst pain ever. So I can kind of relate to people losing people and going through that. Because, you know, you never get your life back. You know, nothing makes sense anymore. And they say that families come together, but some families break up, and they break up for good. And when you're the person that's the glue that keeps everybody together, you know, even what you do won't work. And you will see the fakest shit at the funeral. You will see the show. You will see the fashion show and everything. Because, you know, you just sit back and really think about, dang, like, this the only time where we all together is when we at a funeral. You know, we don't be there for each other on graduations, birthday parties, open houses, all the above. It's just that we all under one roof is at a funeral. And you just get tired of going to funerals because that's the only time you will see everybody. But I have learned so much over these past 7 years. And I learned a lot about myself, and I learned about, you know, taking my life back, you know, never quitting on myself. Because, like I said, you can't put nothing past nobody. People gonna leave you. People going to abandon you, betray you, try to assassinate your character, all types of stuff. While you at your lowest. You know, everybody want to be there when you're winning, but when you're losing, you on your own. You really don't have a shoulder to cry on. It was many nights I cried. It was many nights that I just wanted to die, that I wanted to just have God take me. Because what was the point? What's the use? I already feel dead inside anyway. I'm just living. I'm just a zombie, basically. And that be the depression, talking. Don't listen to that. Don't fall victim. Don't fall into that trap, because it's a trap. Because that's when the demon comes and then he laughs when you do that. He laughs when he's able to take over your mind and take over your body and take over your soul. That's when they laugh. Because pretty much their job is to destroy your hope. And you got to be strong enough to understand and recognize what's going on. And you got to be able to be smart. You got to be chess. You can't be playing checkers when you're depressed. And everybody just think that this is on some attention stuff, and people gonna pretend and act like you just full of it. You just want some sympathy type thing when they never experienced anything like that. This is real. This is real life. I speak about real life. I speak about, real stuff. And I don't really care about what people think. I don't care about what people say. If anything, I want to help people. So if I got to sacrifice myself to help somebody and to save somebody, I'm willing to take the consequences. I'm not ashamed to tell people where I came from and where I was at and what brought me here today. As a young man who pretty much aged 10 years for being 27 to being 34 in a couple weeks. When I tell you that wasn't easy to get to this point. And I thank everybody who took the time out to thank me for helping them. And I thank people for reading my article yesterday and saying good things and giving me good positive feedback. Like I said, I'm not ashamed of where I came from. And I think I had to go through that. I know I had to go through that in order for me to be who I am today and be a voice for those people who are afraid to speak up. And to, as a person that went through it, I can literally tell y'all it wasn't easy at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not ashamed to admit that I wanted to die. I wanted to commit suicide because I felt alone. I never felt so alone in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing could have fixed that pain. Nothing could have healed me from that unless I healed myself, unless I took responsibility and say, hey, I have a problem. I need help. Where do I go? And I want to do it without medication. So I took it upon myself to go talk to my mentor. Because lying to yourself is the worst thing you can do. And lying to everybody is just draining. It would drain you. Just lying and telling people that you're fine. You're okay. I'm good. And when you're not good, it doesn't fix the problem when you keep lying to yourself. when you keep being in denial, when you trying to keep yourself, from going crazy. It's a hard pill to swallow sometimes because, we have this notion that we going to outlive our parents. Some of us, some of my friends had to, be buried by their parents, and I couldn't imagine. I watched my mom go through that. I watched my mom bury her child, and that's something that I will never forget. And that's why I say, like, she's the strongest woman I know. Like, she's so phenomenal. She's so powerful. She's so strong because I couldn't imagine what she was feeling. I know I know for a fact that she was feeling way worse than I was because I was so out of it that day. Just that whole time period, I was just gone. And that's why I love a woman's strength, man, especially a black woman's strength, because black women have endured so much and they still are able to make sure you okay and to calm you down and to make sure you okay, give you the reassurance. I felt like a little kid again when I lost my brother. I felt like, I didn't need him. But then when he was gone, I needed him now than ever because I was left with the unanswered questions. I was left with the responsibility of taking care of our mama, you know, and I felt like I wasn't ready. I wasn't prepared for that responsibility. But I answered the call. I'm good now, what I'm saying? But at that time, I was scared to death. I was so fucking scared, man. Like I said, I remember it like it was yesterday. And I'm just so proud of myself that I didn't give up. I'm so proud of myself that I ain't quit. And I'm so proud of myself that I turned my life around and really just, began to go on a healing process, to go on a journey that I needed to take. Because you won't know what it's like until you've been there. And then you have to, move on. You have to move forward. And just people just totally underestimate um what can possibly happen. Because it can happen. It can happen to anybody. It's gonna happen to everybody someday. It just I was just fortunate enough to understand and underwent the what was necessary for me to have to endure um, grief. And me and my friend was talking about it earlier, because he lost his mom, I lost my brother, I lost my stepfather, and my stepfather was like the closest person that I had to a father, to a dad. He raised me. So it be times where I need him. I be needing some advice because no matter how smart you is, you still need that father figure or that motherly figure or that guardianship to, place their hands on you and tell you that everything's gonna be okay. I gotta figure things out for myself now, and it's scary, and can be alarming because you have just those things where you adult now and you paying your own bills, you living on your own, you doing this, you doing that. But yet, people forget that you're human too and that you need guidance. You need some direction. And I just try to, keep myself from, making the same mistakes as I witness others. But yeah, losing people that meant a lot to you that you grew up with, it will pretty much make you stronger. Because I became so strong, I became so independent when it comes to the fact that whenever I'm going through something, I just rough it out. I tough it out because I'm all I got. I have to show people that regardless of what I'm going through, I can be a blessing to other people. Everything doesn't have to be with money. Some things it's just best with being sincere, being that listening ear, being that shoulder that people can lean on, giving people a helping hand, just telling people that I care, I'm here for you. Because I'm telling you, doing this show has really made me feel so good. It's just the fact that I reinvented myself and put myself ahead and put myself like on the red carpet instead of being behind the scenes and let everybody know like, hey, this is what I went through. I want to share my story. I want you guys to share your story because at the end of the day, it's all about a fair trade. If you want something better, you got to give something up that was worse. You got to sacrifice something. If you want a better life, you got to make sacrifices because nothing's going to be handed to you, nothing is going to get given to you. And you got to make sure that you're willing to keep God first, put Him first, because God was all I had. Because everybody who told me that, hey, man, if you need anything, I'm here for you. You still got one brother left, what I'm saying, did me dirty, stabbed me in the back, was so scandalous and all that. And now, what I'm saying, they see me doing big things, they see me interviewing people, seeing me doing music, seeing me on the cover, of events and doing magazine articles. Now everybody want to come back. Like, no, you can't come back. Once you left, you stay where you at. I don't want the fake shit. I want real people around me. I want good people and genuine, wholesome people around me. Because I remember when people used to shit on me, when people used to laugh at me, people criticize me, call me broke, call me dusty, call me all types of extremities. I remember all of that. So you got to become the peasant before you become a king. Before you can become a legend, you have to once be an amateur. And I was an amateur, but now I'm a legend. But I'm gonna be an icon someday because I refuse to settle for less. I refuse to let people tell me that I can't be what I want to be or I can't do what I want to do. I'm going after what's mine. I'm taking back what's mine. And that's my respect. You don't have to like me, but you got to respect what I've done. You got to respect the transition that I made. If you've been following me all year, you have to respect the movement that I have created for my city, for my family, and for myself. Because everybody haven't done this. You know what I'm saying? Everybody hasn't took their show and made it into some real shit. Because I done all my shows with nothing but positive vibes. I don't need to be problematic or a drama king to have views. Because I have integrity. That's why I'm able to sleep at night. That's what keeps me looking young. It's because I don't need to do no drama. I don't need to start no bullshit to make a show. My show is as real as it gets. I took a lot of people and humanized them for everybody. And that takes some courage for people to come on my show and to be honest and to be open. And I respect that. I respect everybody who was ever a guest. Because a lot of people told a lot of secrets. And I never, what I'm saying, been condescending or nothing like that. If anything, I've been more respectful of the fact that people came on my show and was very transparent. Because it's not easy um, explaining your flaws to certain people, to complete strangers at that. Well, it's better for me to tell you than anybody else because other people love to add on shit. So it's best to get it from the horse's mouth. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just grateful for the growth. I'm grateful for the years that it took me to get to this point because nothing that I've been through can define me. I was lost, I was broken, I was hurt, I was damaged. But now I'm a king, I'm a CEO, I'm a rapper, I'm a life coach, I'm a motivational speaker. Pretty soon be an author. And I'm not stopping at that. I'm going even further. I just refuse to let society tell me what I'm going to be and what I'm going to do. I'm fighting for my life. I'm fighting for my kids' life, my future kids, my future wife, everybody. This is my legacy. And I refuse to sit back and allow people to tell me what I'm made of and what I'm capable of. When you have and when you've been through so much, um, sky's the limit. When you used to like lay on your bed and just look at the ceiling and be in a daze and just be wondering like, damn, what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna make it out of this. God, like, tell me what I need to do. I would do anything if you just take this pain away. And that was me for the first 2 years because nobody cared. You know, they don't care about men going through shit. You're a man, you're supposed to suck that shit up, supposed to man up, supposed to tough it out. But shit, we cry too, we ache. Shoot, we lost a lot of homeboys and we cried. We shed tears. Shoot, we cried when our daddies didn't want us. But hey, man, can't stay there. You can't stay in that misery. Because I used to always say my only friend's my misery. I used to always say that. But now, my friends are my family. The ones that hits me up, the ones that I can go to for counsel, for advice, for love, for support. And then, my friends check me sometimes. It's all love. And I need that love. You know, when you're doing something that nobody understands, you need that support. You need that person that's going to check you sometime. So I'm just grateful for my life right now. And I learned what I was made of and that I didn't give up on myself. And I'm just so proud of the man that I became, and I know my brother and my father are proud of me too, and my grandmothers and my cousins, my friends that didn't make it along the way. I am so proud of who I am today, and I'm proud of the fact that I didn't make any excuses. I didn't let nothing stop me from making an impact in my city. And I'm one of those guys now. And it just feels good because to have people, tag you in their music and tag you in your music and share your YouTube channel and this and that. I'm that guy now. Everybody wants my opinions now, and that's cool. I'm happy. And I'm just grateful because I'm the first person in my family to release a mixtape. Well, a compilation mixtape with all these different artists from all over the country. I did that. You know what I'm saying? I'm very happy that it's getting good reviews. Nobody has disliked my music or disliked my song. They probably will now because, you know what I'm saying, I just said that and people haters, I don't give a fuck. But like I said, I'm just grateful of the work that I put out. And I feel like Volume 1 is great music, good vibes, good music with all ages. I don't really care. I'm good at that. I know talent. I have a good ear for music. So I'm just really grateful of the 1804 brand, and it's gonna get more buzz, and we're gonna do more things. We're gonna take over because sky's the limit. But yeah, back to the topic though. Um, just be careful um, being vulnerable to certain people because everybody ain't your friend. Everybody don't love you like you love them, and people would double cross you. People will, you know, be spineless. They cowards. Be careful, because the moment you open up, as soon as you turn your back, they talking shit about you behind your back. They go clown you. They're like, he think we give a fuck about him, or or she think we give a fuck about her, man. Fuck that bitch, you know what I'm saying? Fuck that nigga, and, it happened to me, and I was like, oh, that's okay. hmm And the best revenge is success. The best revenge is success. No revenge, just boss up. Be your own boss. Make sure that everybody's watching who left you on E and left you to rot. Make sure that they see it. Cause them niggas and them bitches that left me hanging, they see my stories, and yes, I'm still popping, I'm still balling, I'm still happy, I'm smiling. You ain't destroyed nothing. And I know they mad about that. I know they hate it. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm winning. Cause I done this by myself. I made money off this live stuff. While y'all go on live and bullshit and be on some dumb shit, I made money off here. I made a name. I made my voice. I made my name on this motherfucker. So nobody can't say nothing about me. And it's just gonna get even better. But I will end this episode. I'm gonna hit up my guest and see what she's doing so we can come back and give y'all our episode. But again, like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Share this video. Like, you know, show me some love, because we got enough hate out here. It's time to spread some love. Merry Christmas. Peace.